Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about Upstox interview experience. तो यार अगर आप GFG पे देखोगे या फिर किसी और वेबसाइट पे देखोगे इंटरनेट पे तो आपको अपस्टॉक्स के इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में या फिर अपस्टॉक्स के बारे में काफ़ी कम देखने को मिलता है और हमें इसके इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस के बारे में भी काफ़ी कम पता है। तो मैंने सोचा इसके ऊपर एक वीडियो बना देनी चाहिए। अपने इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस से पहले मैं एक बारी ऑन कैंपस इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस आपके साथ कवर कर दूं। सो आज की वीडियो में वी हैव शुभम विद अस हु इज़ एन SDE1 एट अपस्टॉक्स। सो हेलो शुभम, can you please
Hi.
introduce yourself, your college, your graduation, and your coding background?
Okay. Hi everyone. Myself Shubham Kumar Jha. I am a graduate from NASA Institute of Technology, Jamshedpur. I did my major in BTech Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and I joined Upstox this month only after completing my internship with them for past 6 months. Apart from that, I have a prior experience of working at Rakuten India, which I did in my seventh semester as a trainee consultant or as an intern in their mobile network team, and I joined Upstox in their Android team, and right now I'm working there.
ओके, तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको इनकी कोडिंग बैकग्राउंड और इनकी डिग्री के बारे में या फिर ग्रेजुएशन के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया हो गया होगा। सो माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू शुभम इज़ दैट कि व्हाट इज़ योर करंट जॉब प्रोफाइल एट अपस्टॉक्स एंड व्हाट वर्क यू डू एंड आपका टेक स्टैक क्या है करंटली वहाँ पर?
Hi. Talking about my tech stack, like I am joined them in their Android team. So as many of you might know, that Upstox actually has two different applications, Android applications, which has Upstox old and Upstox new. You can see it on Play Store also. So our major task is to manage both the apps, perform efficiently, and to increase develop new features in the newer app, which is our main app currently. Like we are most of us are working on developing new features in the main app only. And recently we released another integration in the main app, which is called UpInvest, which you if someone is using Upstox, they might know. UpInvest is actually an integration in the Upstox new app, which is beginners friendly, which has some new information related to trading and all. Our major task is to develop new features in this task, and to maintain the old code base also, because many of the users are present in the older app also.
ओके, तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको इनकी जॉब प्रोफाइल और इनके करंट टेक स्टैक के बारे में एट अपस्टॉक पता लग चुका होगा तो एंड्रॉयड टीम में। सो माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू शुभम इज़ दैट के एज इट्स एन ऑन कैंपस प्लेसमेंट कंपनी, सो इट केम ऑन विच नंबर फॉर प्लेसमेंट एंड विद दिस हैव यू क्रैक्ड एनी अदर कंपनी ऑन कैंपस?
Yeah, nice question. I have to elaborate a bit on it. So in my fourth year, actually, I was also a training and placement member. So if you don't know, I'll let you know. Suppose in almost in every institute, what happens is there is a student team which takes care of all the placement activities, responsible for onboarding of all the companies, responsible for their hospitality, responsible for all the placement activities that happens for the entire year. So as part of that company, talking about the number at which that Upstox visited is, Upstox visited us at fifth place. Before it, we had Qualcomm, Amazon, Sabre, and Paytm, I guess. Yes, Paytm. These four companies were there, and fifth company was Upstox. I cracked Upstox, and as our company, as our IT policy, we had that after cracking certain company with certain package, you won't be allowed to sit in other campus placements. So this was the only campus placement that I got, and I joined it.
ओके, तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको पता लग गया होगा कि अपस्टॉक्स ऑन कैंपस में इनकी कौन से नंबर पे आई थी प्लेसमेंट के लिए और इन्होंने कोई और क्रैक करी कंपनी या नहीं। सो माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू शुभम इज़ दैट के हाउ मेनी राउंड्स वर देयर इन अपस्टॉक्स एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज आस्क्ड इन एन अपस्टॉक्स ऑन कैंपस इंटरव्यू?
Hi. So talking about the campus placement and the criteria of being placed, it is like similar to most of the startups like where they actually focus on a project only. But let me give a more elaborate answer on it. So the company visited, and we had two rounds of written test, 2 rounds of written coding round, and in that coding round we had around two questions in each round. First round was around 45 minutes, and we had questions based on DP and tree. I don't exactly remember the main question, but the questions were based on DP and tree. and the round was of 45 minutes. It was like medium to medium hard level. If you are active on lead code and GFG, then you can easily crack the question. It was not that tough. One question was a bit tricky. I later came to know that that question was asked in the Uber interview, so it was a bit tricky, but still, if you are active on coding sites, you will be easily able to crack it. Second round was a bit easier than the first round. Second round actually had two questions, which was more of very simple questions, very based on based on arrays, and one was based on like simple recursion. So in the array question, it was like Cadence algorithm, which was obviously a very basic concept of array, if you guess. And the most important part of this round was the timing, because we had only 25 minutes to solve this two questions. So I was able to solve all the four questions, and I moved to the next round, which was technical interview. We had two rounds of technical interview. So first round of technical interview was like based on the lead code. We were told to open a lead code site, and then we were given two different questions to solve. Both the questions were between medium and medium hard, and it was like not that tough. It was easy to crack. And then I solved both the questions, but it was easy. Then I moved to the second round, and second round had two different questions again. And in this, I was able to crack one question, which was straight away answer. And in the second round, I had the second question, which I was not able to crack it correctly, as was on the right path. I was making an edge case, but as soon as the interview got over, I was a little bit frustrated. I humped to my laptop. I started solving it again, wrote the same code, and again facing the same error. I cracked the error in like 2-3 more minutes, but the point is that interview was over. But still, I got the chance to move to the further round. I was quite lucky on that. So I moved to the next round. Next round was a managerial round. This is a bit different from most of the companies. Like Amazon also came to our company campus, and they had only two technical interviews, and then the candidate moved the HR round. Manager round is bit some companies have it, some companies don't have it. So manager round is basically focused on your projects. The most important thing is your projects, and secondly, it is based on your prior experience. So in that, actually, I talked about 2-3 things. First 10 minutes was on my previous experience at Rakuten India. Then I had on my project was based on a backend where I used Java and Spring Boot to do a CRUD operations in a project. So I did that, and after that, around 20 minutes passed, and then actually what happened is a interesting story. So before the interview, I was actually reading an article on Bitcoin and blockchain and all. So the manager asked me to, what's your interest? So I said blockchain and Bitcoin. So I told that, and it was a very catchy line. So the manager took it and started questioning me on that. So I answered those questions. It was quite fluent because I actually read those things just a bit ago. So I answered those questions were nice. I actually got 20 to 25 minutes was engaged on Bitcoin and all, Bitcoin and blockchain. What are the applications of blockchain, where we can be used, what are the real world examples, these things. What one thing I answered was blockchain can be used in judiciary system to make things decentralized. Like right now we are dependent on the judge, that what he will say or what verdict he will give. But and if you are good in money or something like that, which is true, which happens, you can bribe the judge. But if the judiciary is completely based on blockchain, the judicial system will be decentralized, and you cannot bribe anyone. So judiciary will actually be effective. So these things, I actually read those articles and I answered those. I actually remember one quote. I would like to share it. A quote is, a good interview is not in which you answer all the questions. A good interview is the one in which the interviewer asks the question that you want. So this is actually a very nice thing to all the viewers who are watching this. I'd like to suggest that please use catchy phrases in your interview, at least in your manager interview. Those catchy phrases that must be caught by the interviewer, and they might ask you questions on that, and you'll be completely prepared for that. This way you can lead your interview like you lead the interviewer. So this is a very nice thing, I guess. After that, I moved to the HR round. And in that around we had like what are your interest and all, what do you see in yourself in 5 years, and how do you handle stress, these type of questions. So it was a very basic question. I was prepared for that, and then it boom, I cracked the interview and got the job.
ओके, दैट वाज वेरी ग्रेट आंसर जो भी इन्होंने दिया अपने इंटरव्यू में. तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको अपस्टॉक्स का पूरा इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस पता लग गया होगा, कितने राउंड्स हुए थे और इन्होंने किस तरीके से अपने इंटरव्यू को ड्राइव करा और उसमें एक्सेल करा. सो माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू शुभम इज़ दैट कि हाउ यू प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर योर प्लेसमेंट्स एंड एनी स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर डेटा स्ट्रक्चर एल्गोरिथम.
Yes, specific strategy is for DSA because like I think there are two type of people, right? So someone who knows what to do, someone who knows where I need to work on, and I am on the second category. I don't know what to do. I never prepare for or my future. For never prepare for it. So my journey was just because of my peer pressure. I I met some friends. I made some friends that were actually in the coding field, that the who wanted to go in a coding field. So we as a group, we prepared everything that we prepared was because of the group. So I would seriously recommend that you should have a good group, the group which who all aims for the same thing. Like your if it should happen, like it should happen like you might have friends with other groups, but you should have a group who where all the people are focused in the IT field only, and they should focus on IT field, or they want to go in with a career in IT field. So talking about my preparation journey, I guess I have seen very rough time of COVID, from my father being in ICU, my mother being very ill in my second phase of the COVID, which we have most of us have seen. And talking about that, in my COVID also has a boon to me. Uh, it was a curse, but also a boon. How was it a boon? So suppose what happened is I left the college. It was like 15th of March when, and my exams were settled on 20th of March. I was studying, and suddenly I felt sleep. I slept and suddenly I woke up at 4 p.m. in the evening, and everyone was shouting that go Corona, and something like that, and the college shut down. So I was back at home. I met one friend who is in different college. So what happened is like I left the college, I came back home. I met one of my friend, and he is from different institute, and we just exchanged words that we both want to pursue our life in IT field, and we both took a course from GFG. At that time, like right now we have many source of DSA, like Love Bubber is creating a complete free course on DSA. We have Striver who has a great course in DP, so you can just go and watch their courses. But 2 years back, Striver was new. Striver was not that active on YouTube and all. Love Bubber was doing his internship and in like Amazon, so there was not many content. We took a course from GFG, and the founder of GFG, Sandeep sir himself was teaching in that course. That course was really really beautiful. It helped me. It was like a 12 weeks course, and we both took it as a target that who will finish first. So this thing we both started, and fortunately I completed the whole DSA course in just 8 weeks. So I learned all the concepts, but it is not the right way. I'll suggest everyone that if you have time, you should complete the course not in 12 weeks but in 16 weeks, and you should practice questions. What I did wrong was I just went to the concept and just solved examples and never solved problems. So this was a wrong thing. After I completed the course, then I went to solve problems and all. That's a different story. But I would suggest everyone, if you are picking a course, do it in 16 weeks or 20 weeks and try to solve many problems. Go slow, go a bit slow, and solve problems. Even if you don't want to do hard DP problems, don't do it. Go do the basic, do complete the trees, do the basic of DSA, complete recursion, basic of DP, no sorry DSA, basic of DP, complete recursion, and don't do much deep concepts in graph. It's okay, like if you are not focusing Google and all, don't do much concept, but you should solve problems of trees, recursion, and DP for sure. This is going to help you a lot. Apart from that, as I told you, I had my friends from NIT who are all focused in the IT field only. So many of you might not know, like you all play PUBG, right? Most of us play PUBG. So in PUBG, you what you have is you create a room and all your friends come in and you just play together, right? So there is a site called Binary Search. Okay, you can just go there, you can create a room and you can send the room link to everyone in your friend circle. All of them can join, and then you can select the topics of your choice. You both can all can discuss and select topics, and you will have 4 questions from that topics, and then you can solve them like a competition basis, and you can get first, second, third, or something like that. So it's a like quite fun way of solving problems. In that way I actually learned many concepts, because what happens is like there is a certain way that I know to solve a graph question, right? And my friend knows a certain way to solve a graph question, and his way might be quite easy than my way. So even if I solve my questions, and then also I'll see his answers, and we'll have to I can just compare that which process is much easier and much easier to remember, or easy to implement. So these things are like important to crack DSA, I feel. Like the whole point, the wholesome point is a good friend circle. Peer pressure actually helps you in both ways, negative and positive. In my case it was completely positive way. So that's it.
तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर इन्होंने अपनी पूरी प्लेसमेंट की स्ट्रैटेजी और इन्होंने डीएसए के ऊपर कैसे फोकस करा, सब कुछ बहुत क्लियरली डिफाइन करा, और आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको समझ आ गया होगा. सो माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू शुभम इज़ दैट कि व्हाट प्रोजेक्ट्स यू एक्चुअली मेड एंड एनी प्रोजेक्ट आइडियाज़ फॉर जूनियर्स जो कि स्ट्रगल करते कि कौन से प्रोजेक्ट बनाने चाहिए, या फिर हमें आइडियाज़ नहीं आते, क्या यूनिक प्रोजेक्ट बनाए जाएँ, तो उनके लिए कुछ सजेशन.
Yes, talking about the projects, unique ideas, I don't think that it's that important if you, unless and until you have a project. Like a normal project would also work. So what you can do is, first of all, you have to design a project, make a project. First of all, you will have to take the skills, right? So first of all, you decide that you want to go do a project in back end, front end, or you want to do a project in Android, or you want to do a project in ML. You can decide these things. For that you have courses on Udemy. You can go like right now any course will show you as 3,000 4,000, but there will be a time like in a week around, or in a month it will drop to 500 rupees for sure. All the Udemy courses can be available at 500 rupees, and that too many courses actually have something like that if you take a course and complete it within 30 days, then you can get the claim your cashback also, that you didn't like the course but you have completed the course. These things can also be done. So do that, do complete a course to get the technical knowledge, and once you have the technical knowledge, then you can just get once you have the technical background, you can just think of anything and implement it. It won't take much time. In my case I was not very lucky or not very attentive towards project. I actually did my internship at Rakuten India. How I got that internship is a bit different story. So in my internship, what happened previously, in before that internship, I was doing a course on Python and Django for web development. But in midway, I got the internship and I joined the internship. In the internship, I was in the backend team. So I actually had a boot camp by the company in the backend role. So in the boot camp, I learned all the technical skills related to Spring Boot, Java, Hibernate, and other stuffs like of database like MySQL and NoSQL and Couchbase. Couchbase is a NoSQL database used in many companies like different DynamoDB. There is Couchbase also. So I learned those concepts, and because of those concepts, I was able to create my own project, which is mapping orders to their prices and reviews. So we had two different database of review database and order database, and we could have matched those database like we do in Amazon. Like it's Amazon, they do at a very high level, or very intelligent, they would very high level, but my project was very basic. I used only CRUD operations to do it. What's CRUD? CRUD is create, read, update, and delete, a short form CRUD. So these functions, CRUD related functions, are actually predefined in Java frameworks or many frameworks out there. So you can use those predefined frameworks and create a small task. It was quite a engaging task. I actually spent around 10 minutes in a manager interview and 10 minutes in my second round of interview talking about those things. So in that case, I was quite lucky to got an internship in Rakuten and learn skills and do a project.
ओके, तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको प्रोजेक्ट के आइडियाज़ मिल गए होंगे और इनकी इंटर्नशिप की स्टोरी भी आपको पता लग गई होगी. सो माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन एंड द लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ दिस अमेजिंग पॉडकास्ट इज़ दैट कि प्रोज ऑफ वर्किंग इन एन इंडियन स्टार्टअप लाइक अपस्टॉक्स. तो अभी तक आपको क्या प्रोज लगे किसी इंडियन स्टार्टअप में वर्क करने के?
Okay, so pros of working in a startup, there are many pros. I'll elaborate three major points. First major point is there is a sharp learning curve. There is a sharp learning curve. If compared to like I have been connected with some of my seniors who are in a well-established companies. I won't name the company, but they're in a well-established company, and there is not much learning curve. They still feel that they're chilling out most of probably. So in startup you'll have a great learning curve. There is work pressure, no doubt. Work pressure is there. Like small team, there is a small team. Work is almost same as any different company. Small being a smaller team, you will have to handle the work pressure. So the first point is learning curve. Second point is handling work pressure. If you have handled the work pressure at a startup, you are going to handle the work pressure at any tech giant. I'm telling you that. I can guarantee you that if you have handled the work pressure at a startup, you can handle the work pressure at any tech giant. Why I tell you this? Because I have worked at Rakuten. I have seen the pressure over there. It is like half work pressure than what I have at Upstox. So this thing, and a third and most important thing is which I feel is pay. A startup actually pay you a good hefty amount of money, and actually it's something that one anyone, if you who are entering IT based companies, you also have some kind of feeling that I need a good package. So startups actually offer you a good package, I feel. So these three things I like about our startups, and I think law and not, yeah, this is about it.
ओके, तो आई होप यार यहाँ पर आपको प्रोज ऑफ वर्किंग इन एन इंडियन स्टार्टअप आई ई अपस्टॉक्स के बारे में पता लग गया होगा और इनके पूरे इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में भी पता लग गया होगा. तो आई होप यार ऐसी और वीडियोस भी मैं लाता रहूँगा जिससे कि आपको पता लगता रहेगा कि इस कंपनी का क्या इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस है या फिर जो आपकी सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग जर्नी में आपको बहुत हेल्प करने वाली है. तो अगर आपको शुभम या फिर मुझसे कनेक्ट होना है तो हमारी लिंक्डइन आईडी डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में. अगर आज की वीडियो यार अगर आपको अच्छी लगी हो तो डू गिव इट अ लाइक. अपने दोस्तों के साथ ज़रूर शेयर करना जो अपस्टॉक्स के लिए एम कर रहे हैं एसडी के लिए. तो आज की वीडियो में इतना ही. थैंक यू सो मच.